New this morning, as AI becomes more integrated into our lives, there are serious concerns about bias, especially within the medical setting.
Yeah, so much so that Colorado has a new law now trying to protect people against this. And CU Boulder researchers released a new study looking at how bias can play out when AI is involved in getting help for your mental health. 9 News reporter Anusha Roy joins us now. And Anusha, what have they found?
Yeah, so, one of the things that I found really helpful, Jordan and Erica, it was just understanding how AI is being used in the behavioral health space. So the CU Boulder researchers said that it could actually be helped to track a person's behavioral patterns and then figure out what their mental state is like. And it could even help clinicians make decisions. Of course, the clinicians are going to make the ultimate decision about a person's treatment or diagnosis, but AI could help find more specific behavioral patterns to bolster those decisions. The researchers said while AI can help, it is going to be critical to also be watching for bias. It boils down to the fact that AI is built off of existing data and information that already exists, and researchers say that that could include human bias and bias from studies that are not diverse enough.
Usually, a lot of studies collect data from primarily white patients, right? All those things change right now. So this is one potential source of bias. The other source of bias might be in that the algorithms themselves can be designed in a way that it takes more into account, for example, data from women or data from middle-aged women, for example, rather than younger women.
So we also chatted with the CEO of Mental Health Colorado, who said that AI is a concern for him, that he is skeptical at this point, especially when he said cultural competency in clinical settings is already scarce. He's even tested out a couple of those mental health apps that he said was so evidently a bot that he actually almost laughed at the recommendations that he was getting back. The researchers say that they just want to inform as many clinicians as possible about both the good and the bad. OpenAI is one of the major companies in this field. They said that they are aware that there are these kinds of limitations within their systems. They are working to address it, but at the same time said that there's also a lot of misconceptions about how AI works. Reporting live in Denver, Anusha Roy, 9 News.
Understandable, as there's so much we still don't know, and especially when it particularly comes to your health. Anusha, thank you.